welcome to 1 Minute Wins with Dr. Dana Martin, the podcast where intentional growth meets practical leadership. One quote, one lesson, one action to help you lead yourself and others better. Let's jump in. Welcome back to 1 Minute Wins. I am Dr. Dana Martin, and before we get started into this episode, I really just want to thank you all for listening. Please leave a comment. I'm going to be starting up where we do some lives, whether that's on TikTok, Facebook, I'm not sure, but we'll do some lives and go through some comments and just talk leadership, growth, etc. But today, episode 26, Positive Presence. Let's see, why is this important? So this should speak directly to the core of influence. Sheryl Sandberg says, leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence. It's a powerful statement because it reminds us that leadership isn't about status, it's about service. And it's not about being in charge or the boss. It's about being there in a way that makes others stronger, more confident, and more capable because you showed up. Presence isn't just being there physically. It's emotionally, it's relational, and it's intentional. You can be in the same room as someone and not be there. We know this. Leaders with positive presence don't just take up space in the room. They create space for others. They make people feel seen, heard, and ultimately valued. And your presence should lift the atmosphere. When you walk into a room, do people feel lighter or do they brace themselves? Because the energy you bring has more influence than you might think. Yeah. Several years ago, I was coaching a leader who struggled with team engagement. Her staff meetings were kind of, flat. No discussion really, no spark. There was no creativity, problem solving, critical thinking, and she was frustrated. So I sat in on a meeting and she opened the meeting, listed goals, spoke for about 40 straight minutes. And her message was solid, but her presence was very one-directional. She was leading at people. She wasn't leading with people. We made one small change, and she started each meeting then with a question. What's one win for this week? Oh, wait a minute. Was I coaching to wins years ago? Perhaps. What's one win this week? Within a month, the energy of the entire team shifted. People were smiling. People were sharing. People weren't just contributing. They were collaborating. Her presence, it became like an invitation, not an instruction or a directive. Gallup Workplace Study found that managers who showed genuine care and interest in their team's well-being increase employee engagement by 70%. It's not about charisma. It's about being present. And when people feel your attention, they give you their trust. Presence is the currency of leadership. What? I think I might have to write a book about that. Presence is the currency of leadership. Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. That's what presence does. It shapes how people feel in your presence and how they remember you when you're gone. Your tone, your listening, your empathy, these things linger long after your words have faded. Every leader casts a shadow, and that shadow is your presence. If you're hurried, if you're distracted, always on your phone, or negative, or looking for the negative, people are going to feel that. But when you bring calm, confidence, positive energy, that multiplies too. Think of someone you've worked with who always made you feel motivated after a meeting. They didn't have to come in and hype you up, but they inspired you just by being grounded, kind, and fully there. That's presence in motion. Well, how do we do that? Well, it's going to take more than 3 intentional ways. We have to go 4. And the first is just be fully present. Put the phone down, look people in the eye, listen without rushing. Number 2, add value in every interaction. Leave people better than you found them. Offer them encouragement, insight, or just appreciation. Number 3, manage your energy, not just your time. Before entering a meeting or conversation, ask, what energy am I bringing into this room? And number 4, be consistent. People feel safe and secure with leaders whose demeanor doesn't depend on the day. So what are those 4? 1, be fully present. 2, add value in every interaction. 3, manage your energy, not just your time. And 4, be consistent. You don't need to change the world today. Just change the room you're in. Start there. The rest will happen. So the question we have to ask is, are people better because you showed up today? Think about your last interaction. Did your presence encourage, drain, empower? And in your next conversation, intentionally add value. Encourage someone. Ask them how they're really doing. And even a small win that no one else may notice, celebrate that. Be the kind of leader whose presence is remembered for the right reasons. Here's a truth that I have learned in every leadership environment, from a boardroom with C-level to classrooms or coaching sessions. Your presence is your impact. Titles fade, projects end and go to completion, but how you made people feel in your presence in that process, that's your legacy. Leadership isn't always about being the example. It's about being an example others want to follow. You've been listening to 1 Minute Wins with Dr. Dana Martin. For more insights, visit dmilm.com or check out my book, 1 Minute Wins, Take Control of Your Growth Journey 1 minute at a time, on Amazon. Please like, subscribe, and share if you feel inclined. And if this resonated with you, leave a comment. I'd love to start doing some lives and talking through some things in the TikTok world or Facebook Live. But for now, always remember, be the example.